I'm Mark Noseworthy. I'm the Destiny 2 General Manager.
I'm Luke Smith, and I'm the Destiny 2 Game Director.
Before we started the show today, we wanted to just acknowledge the circumstances and the unprecedented times we're in. This is not how we had planned this several months ago to talk about the future of Destiny 2 and reveal where we're headed with the team. This show's not how we planned it. We're building the game, not how we planned it, from our living rooms and basements and with our kids and our dogs and all sorts of stuff on our laps while we're trying to make this game.
Yeah, there's like an inherent weirdness to this. Even the weirdness of this is the first time I've seen you in person in the last probably 3 months, and I don't know if people know, but outside of the show that is work, those are actually pretty close. We hang out, we talk all the time. Our significant others are buddies, and so. It's super weird just to see you in person.
Yeah, not on a screen.
Yeah, not on this little Zoom screen on an iPad or something. It's just totally bizarre.
Yeah.
This is not how we envisioned this, and certainly our hope was that it would be more than just us two talking about this stuff. And over the course of the summer, a bunch more folks from the team are gonna talk about what we're up to and what we're gonna be up to.
Let's get the show started.
This is what I brought you here to see.
That's September 22nd. That's Beyond Light, bro. Hold up. I fucking told y'all she was coming back. I told y'all.
So, Luke, is it finally time to explain?
Listen, some jerk said that we were done with the Stranger story, and as you get back into Destiny and you keep looking around and finding stones to uncover, a character who says that she's not forged in light, and where the two of you meet, ground can break.
That was the Exo Stranger, for those who don't know.
To leverage here in Destiny 2 Beyond Light and going forward. It is the beginning of a brand new era in Destiny 2. This fall, you're going to discover Europa, a brand new destination, and one of the first destinations we envisioned long ago when Destiny began. This is the birthplace of the Exo and the site of a newly active pyramid ship. As a player, you're going to face Aramis, a fallen warrior wielding a brand new power born from a very ancient darkness.
Like you, Aramis is a leader, but unlike you, she seeks revenge against the Traveler first, scattering her people's once great houses to the cosmic winds.
It's up to you to confront Aramis and her growing empire on the frozen battlegrounds of Europa. And it's up to you to go beyond and discover long dormant secrets hidden beneath the surface in places lost to time, like
The Deep Stone Crypt.
yes, there you go.
That one I've
Lore
heard of.
corner.
That one I
yeah,
heard of, yeah.
doing it. There's a lot more to Europa than you might imagine, and here's your first look at gameplay from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
Where I come from, the darkness won. I have witnessed this firsthand.
No, it's not
I
Kate's
refuse to
sister.
let it happen
We'll
again.
talk after this trailer.
It's time the truth presented itself to you. Darkness resides within, beckoning you. This is a truth we cannot hide from. And so we must embrace it. The line between light and dark is so very thin. Let's cross it together.
Yo, that looks.
I will give
That looks
these
sick as fuck.
Guardians the destruction they crave.
Man, it's time to wield the darkness. We've been waiting. Destiny 2 Beyond Light ships to all currently supported platforms on September 22nd this year. And it kicks off a new era in Destiny where players will discover the true nature of the light and the dark. Not just walking the thin line between, but wielding the darkness itself as a weapon with stasis.
And we did just get like a very brief look at that today. And, you know, obviously we're going to end up showing more throughout the course of the summer. And the other thing is Stasis, this new power, isn't just going to be Guardian supers and abilities. It's a brand new damage type. So that means it's going to ultimately sit alongside Solar, Arc, and Void as the first new element we've introduced to the game since the original Destiny release way back in 2014.
This is a big deal. Like, it's a big deal to add this to the universe. Like, it changes everything.
And it's a lot of work. Today, yeah, you got a glimpse of this new power, and it's definitely the pursuit and acquisition and the player's ability to wield it. It's something that's going to be woven in through the narrative of the game. Like, the game is kind of a collision course between you and Aramis, and we're going to show you a bunch more about Stasis later in the year.
Because though we're excited about what we're delivering this fall, we did say that Destiny 2 Beyond Light was the beginning of a new era.
What does that mean? Well, it means that we're thinking about Destiny beyond just any given year and thinking about it over time. And so we want to take a look into kind of the long future of Destiny. But when you want to look ahead, like we're about to do, it all starts back at the beginning.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever.
Eyes up, Guardian.
You must push back the darkness. Guardians are fighting on Earth and beyond. Join them.
6 of us went down into the pit. In the end,
I know this is not what
they
I think
all
it is.
bowed before me. We have slain his brood. We have murdered his son. And now the Taken King comes for us all.
We thought we were indestructible. without the light. Are we even guardians anymore?
We should have been there.
Any last words? I'm coming home, Ace.
So,
Like, when you look back at
this is
everything
to
that
be
we've
a
done so
reckoning.
far, it's fucking wild, dude.
Free me.
How long has it sat in silence, watching us? It seems those responsible for our collapse are coming back.
We've been waiting.
We are your salvation.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Whoa,
You
whoa,
know
whoa.
which side you're on.
Aside should
Yo,
always
so
be
they just
taken,
said, yo, here. Take it all. Take it all.
even if it's the wrong side.
We are building Destiny's future today, right inside of Destiny 2. It starts with Beyond Light coming this fall.
It's going to continue with the next major expansion, The Witch Queen, and Lightfall is going to kind of drive this all to a moment. These three releases represent this new era in Destiny. These eras began really in 2014 with that era of light where, you know, players entered Destiny for the first time. They were resurrected. They went to the tower. They learned about the things the children were scared of. And, you know, we exited that era when we became Guardians.
We are now coming out of an era of loss of our powers, one of our mentors, our innocence, and soon we will be entering an era of darkness. And if it's not clear, we are all in on Destiny 2.
Last year, we laid out a vision for the game that we wanted to build the definitive action MMO, place it in an awesome evolving world that you can play anytime, anywhere with your friends. We are still completely committed to this ambitious vision, and we're going to continue reaching to deliver it in Destiny 2. And to be clear, listen, I'm sure like over here in the Twitch chat, there's like, you know, some mix of salt and space dad. You know, we haven't gotten everything right out of the gate. You know, for example, we've already begun working on changes that we're going to make to our seasonal model in year 4 to get a bunch of the FOMO that's in the game right now out of it. And this is a response not only to your feedback, but just, you know, we took it in the wrong direction. You can lay that at me. We're also working on things like transmog, and that's going to be an experience that means armor is kind of always valuable to you because it can always represent a look for you to chase. And we've got a bunch of other improvements to the experience that we're working on. Things like the quest log's going to get like another awesome revision. We've got like small touches, like a oft requested one. And I think when we started Beyond Light, this was one that I made to Mike Zach in you know, the...
Yeah, getting a dark title screen back in Destiny so that the light white heat of the title screen doesn't light up your entire apartment at 2 a.m. So there are the small features, but then there's also some big features, and maybe one of the biggest is next generation support.
4K 60, baby.
The most exciting things we're going to talk about is the game's going to run at 60 frames per second and 4K resolution on the new hardware.
We're also really happy to say that whatever content you already own or will own in Destiny 2 will come with you to your next generation console of choice at no extra charge. On PlayStation, you'll be able to upgrade to PlayStation 5 for free, and on Xbox, we will support smart delivery also for free. In plain English, this means if you own Destiny 2 expansion content on those platforms now or in the future or by Beyond Light in September, you can keep playing on the same family consoles for free without buying the expansions again. We think that's going to be awesome. And you don't have to worry about busting up your friends list either, because we're going to support intergenerational crossplay within each console platform ecosystem as well. This means that if your brother's playing on PS4 and your sister's playing on PS5, all three of you can play together.
I like this plan.
We're going to do the same thing in the Xbox ecosystem. This year we're focused on intergenerational play. Hopefully next year we can finally do the thing and get them all playing together in the same ecosystem.
Yes. So Shadowkeep was cool, and Shadowkeep brought back the moon and upgraded and enhanced it. And so we brought a destination out of the vault and, spruced it up, and that's where you got to play. We're not doing that with this fall's destination, Europa. It's a brand new place you've never been before. And both the Witch Queen and Lightfall are going to also include brand new, never before seen destinations. These expansions will stretch out across a timeline that's going to bring much anticipated enemies to the forefront and hopefully deliver some twists, turns, drama that we don't think anyone's going to see coming.
But to deliver these big content beats each and every year and keep building on top of our seasonal experiences while making technological leaps forward, we also need to make some big changes to the way we treat some of our older legacy content.
The stuff that maybe is getting a little long in the tooth that you're not really looking at and playing anymore. You're not.
Destiny 2 is a huge game. We have 9 destinations, 40 story missions, 54 adventures, 42 lost sectors, 17 strikes, 31 PvP maps, 7 raids, and hundreds of game systems that layer on top of that. I could go on, and I probably screwed up one of those numbers. The fact is, the game is too large to efficiently update and maintain. We're on track to be like 115 gigabytes on PlayStation alone, and our updates to the game are huge, and we're starting to reach the limits of our ability to patch.
We don't want to start over from scratch and build a sequel. And in order to make a sequel, we would have to stop supporting Destiny 2. Like, it would effectively go dark.
We talk about a single
Destiny
evolving world.
3.
A single evolving world, not multiple evolving worlds, but a single evolving world. And we don't want people to have to start over. We don't want to have that loss of continuity with our game systems and our communities and all the players together.
We don't want to put another number on the box. So instead, here's our plan. Each year, just as a new expansion comes out, we're going to cycle older, less actively played activity and destination content out of the live game and into what we're calling the Destiny Content Vault, the DCV. Moving content into this vault is going to allow us to add support for D2 for years, including Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and Lightfall. This vault is also going to allow us to take content from Destiny 1, do some work on it, get it ready to come back into the Destiny 2 ecosystem. So we're not just going to be taking stuff away, we're also going to be going into the classic vault and kind of bringing some stuff back or unvaulting activity and destination content each year.
Thinking about the greatest hits of Destiny, right? Like, what are the new tracks we can lay down? What's something from the past that was like pretty cool that could be made even better if it existed today? And what does that look like?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of awesome stuff that the team has built over the 6 years of making Destiny, and that Destiny 2 players totally have missed out on. Like, later this year, Destiny 1's Cosmodrome is coming back this fall as a selectable destination. Its 3 strikes are also going to come back during Season 12 and Season 13.
I disagree with you, Scotty.
Part of the
I'm going to just put that out there, but I'll talk to you later.
A bunch of players haven't played Sepix. Sepix was the strike from the beta way back in like summer 2014. It is the oldest,
It was like the definitive like original strike that we felt like hit the right notes.
Yeah,
in Destiny 1, right? And we left all that behind when we made Destiny 2, and we're saying like, we don't want to do that again. Well, let's not do that again, but let's also reach into the past and like bring it into the present.
There's a lot of great content in our past, and maybe this year we'll see a classic raid come back. I think it'd be pretty amazing this year to see the Vault of Glass kind of unvaulted and returned in front of players. Like, I can imagine things like champion Praetorians instead of just regular Praetorians, and kind of updating it slightly to the modern context, but still preserving that like classic feel.
This fall when the expansion comes out, not only are we going to be bringing back Cosmodrome and adding Europa, but we're going to look at some of that content that's been in the game for a long time, that's been free, that isn't actively played, and that's when some of that is going to be vaulted.
Well, after the show, we're going to have a much more in-depth article that you can read on our plans for vaulting content on Bungie.net, and why we're taking this unprecedented approach and what it means for the game this year and for the game going forward. We're also going to be conducting a bunch of interviews to answer your big questions, and we will continue the conversation with coverage in our ongoing This Week at Bungie, community conversations, as well as there'll be a bunch of player support and DPS articles about this all summer long. You know, we've placed a bunch of bets on the Destiny Cosmic board, whether it's the Traveler waking up, whether it's the Stranger dissolving after telling you, you know, there's so much more to explore out there. And so we're going to start to bring a bunch of these threads home. And here's a look at the beginning of those threads coming home to roost this summer in Season of Arrivals.
The Almighty has been reduced to smoldering ash.
He said, who can stop us?
And with allies like Rasputin, who can stop us?
From Titan to Mercury, their shadow reaches.
Is their message a warning? A trick? We can't know until we hear their words for ourselves.
You bring weapons. You will not need them. We offer only truth.
The darkness reached out, but something interferes. The witch sister of the taken king, Savathun.
We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
Yo.
Prepare yourself, Guardian. This battle is not over.
So that's the Season of Arrivals, and it starts any minute now at 10 a.m. Pacific.
So today, we looked at a bunch of stuff. We talked about the Destiny content vault. We looked into the past to see kind of how we got to where we are today. We looked into the far future with the Witch Queen and Lightfall. And we also talked about Beyond Light, which is the beginning of a new era in Destiny 2. And if pre-ordering's kind of your thing, like the pre-orders are going to go live today. Like if you're interested, there's some sweet bonuses, and you know that's kind of the summary of the show.
If you're excited about the start of Beyond Light and where we're headed, well, the Season of Arrivals, it's kind of like a prelude. You know, it's really setting up that story, and so we encourage you to get in and play.
There's one more thing I totally forgot. So today at 5 p.m. Pacific, we're going to launch a brand new dungeon called Prophecy. Prophecy is a dungeon that involves the 9, and that's kind of like all I'm going to say about it, because there's a little bit of business to get to with it, and then we'll wrap. But it's got a brand new set of armor for you to chase. It's got some classic armor for you to chase. It's going to be at a really high power level, which means it's like a solid day's work plus a little bit of skill to summit that mountain.
It's free for all players.
It's free for all players. And we're going to show you a trailer in just a second.
If you have the season pass and you own it already, then you'll have it.
Get up and
like,
go.
This is season 11. This is not new content. So like, if you're already in year 3, you got all the season pass and stuff.
And I think
you're good to go.
the business side, right? We're like there. We've handled everything.
I think it's the time to say thank you all for tuning in and giving us your time today, and just for playing Destiny and being part of this amazing community.
It has and it will continue to be a journey. On behalf of everyone at Bungie, please, please, please stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, I think that was the stream. I think it's all wrapped up now. Hold up, let me switch over so we can talk about this real quick. Okay. The music is kind of dope. I'll leave that in the back. All right, let's chat about this real quick, okay? First, let me tackle the statement by Scotty. I know Scotty, so I can talk shit to him. Okay, the idea that, oh, they're bringing back stuff and you're paying for it. You're not paying for it. Remember, when you buy seasons, right, you pay, I think it's $10 a season. It's $10, right? We looked at all the stuff that we just got back. That's been about $10 of content. When they add new stuff, when they add recycled stuff, it comes back as free content. And that's not stuff that you paid for because it's available to everyone, right? So all the stuff that they're bringing back, similar to stuff that we've seen, like old weapons and stuff that come back, you don't pay for that stuff. That's available to everyone that plays the game. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. I'm mentioning it for anybody else who believes the same thing. So the stuff that's coming back, the way they talked about the system. Don't talk about this. All right, Chris doesn't want me to talk about this. Scotty, I'm gonna hit you up later. But anyway, so all that stuff that we just saw. Let me see. Actually, we pulled up some trailers. They dropped some trailers. Let's go watch some trailers. Scotty said, duh. But this is for people who don't know. And the dungeon. Yeah, the dungeon that we get. Yo, today is the official start of this new season. So we're going to get all that new stuff in like 20 minutes or so. He's poisoning your audience. Yeah. Now I'm going to actually get ready to start a stream for the new content and stuff. I'm going to probably play some of the trailers. Bungie dropped some trailers while we were streaming. I didn't want to post anything on Twitter because I forgot to like switch screens and shit. So if I'd have brought it up, it would have like overlaid on the stream, so I didn't want to mess that up. I think it's on the Destiny channel. But what did you guys think about the reveal? I think it was dope, and that's just pure emotions from what I just saw. I think that shit was dope as hell. I definitely like the plan that they have going forward. I think it's a solid plan for sure. I think allowing themselves to continue to grow the game over the next, I think, what was it, 2022? I think that's a solid plan that they have in place. And the fact that we didn't just hear about content, we saw a lot, you know. And I know Bungie's really good at making trailers, but that was a lot. I think this is, but yo, yeah, it was. I thought it was really good. Bro, I'm just saying, I don't know how many of y'all have been on Twitter, but I said the Exo Stranger was coming back. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. But yeah, potentially no more Destiny 3. The way that they explained it, they don't want to restart. It doesn't make sense. And the system that they talked about makes sense, to take old stuff and just vault it and be able to bring it back for free later on. Kind of like in the fall, they said they're bringing back the Cosmodrome, some strikes from D1. And did they say they're bringing back Vault of Glass? I heard Vault of Glass mentioned, but I don't know if they said Vault of Glass is coming back. I kind of was doing mad shit at the same time, so I definitely missed that specific. Looking for this trailer. So I told you guys, I said the Exo Stranger is coming back, right? This is huge. This is the fall content, the Beyond Light stuff. So we're gonna get to Will the Darkness, the Exo Stranger's coming back, the Darkness, and Aramis. If you don't know, Aramis has been mentioned since Shadowkeep with Mithrax and all that stuff. Aramis is basically a leader of a fallen house. So it looks like she is siding with the Darkness and wielding Darkness abilities and using that as a way to get revenge for the Traveler, decimating the Fallen and leaving them. If you don't know that story about the Fallen, there's mad lore videos about the I think it was called the Whirlwind event. So that's pretty dope. Like all these threads that they've been using over the course of year 3, and it looks like they're gonna do the same in year 4 to like bring the whole game together. I'm just curious about what this season is about, because notice they didn't really talk too much about this season specifically, right? They mentioned that it's going to be, like I said, a bridge to year 4, because it didn't make sense to me that like we're gonna just finish year 3 and then boom, fight the darkness. Like we know about the darkness, we have the unveiling lore books, but like we don't know enough about our enemy, especially when you have allies that have fought them directly, like the Exo Stranger and Marasov. It wouldn't have made sense for them not to come back with all of that experience and information, you know, just kind of out there. So it's dope to see the Exo Stranger is gonna come back. I'm assuming Marasov is gonna come back, or she's gonna be in peril. And I'm saying in peril because that's specifically what the 9 said in Season of Drifter. They said that the Queen will be in peril, she will be in danger by the Witch Queen, who is Savathun. And y'all peeped on Twitter, I posted the leaked image from yesterday for Season of Arrivals from the store with the hive imagery, right? And I said Savathun enters chat. It just makes sense that Savathun would finally, you know, rise up from behind the scenes. So Savathun with the Queen, the Exo Stranger coming back, the darkness being here, all of these things, they just make sense. Like the flow of it feels right. And to see it all play out in game is huge. Like, this is huge. This is the first time in a while that I feel like, I mean, we still have to wait to see how it goes, but it feels like there's a lot going on in the game at the same time, rather than like spreading everything out, you know, because a lot of the stuff that we know has been kind of like given out like over the course of years. And I feel like a lot of shit is about to happen at the same time, which is huge. So yeah, we're gonna watch this trailer again though. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, dude. I'm telling you, I'm gonna end this stream, and I'm about to make some content because the season's gonna start in like 15 minutes or so. There's gonna probably be cues and stuff, so I'm gonna make some clips, some videos. I'm gonna have content this whole week. I'm gonna break down this trailer, watch it again like a bunch of times, and preview. You think is gonna play out before the dungeon with? Oh, okay. You mean like preview what's gonna happen in the dungeon? Yeah, I'll try to do that. There's a lot of shit that I want to do right now. Like my mind is going with ideas. Yeah, I'm gonna try to put something out on Twitter. I've never actually done that, but I do want to start doing more of that stuff. If you guys want to see that, I'll definitely start to do that. Because I actually streamed, I don't know if he's still here. I know he said he was working, but I was streaming the other day and Wicked was in here. And you know, we had a long, I think it was like a 4-hour talk about what we thought was gonna happen during this season, and a lot of this shit we just saw is basically what's happening. So let's just watch this trailer. I'm gonna watch a couple other trailers, and I'm gonna cut the stream and then get ready for the new season. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna play the trailers, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So if you guys want to dip out, you could dip out. I'm gonna just play everything. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna cut myself off the webcam and just play all the trailers. All right. So I'm gonna probably go live and stream like around 1:32 because there's probably gonna be a queue. So whenever I get on the game, I'll go live. So if you're at work and you want to just watch, if you don't want to watch, totally up to you. But I'll see you guys at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. All right. It's so fucking long. I didn't even eat yet. I didn't even finish my food. Oh my god, yo, I'm so fucking hyped right now. This is so wild.
This is what I brought you here to see.
The Almighty has been reduced to smoldering ash. And with allies like Rasputin, who can stop us?
From Titan to Mercury, their shadow reaches.
Is their message a warning? A trick? We can't know until we hear their words for ourselves.
You bring weapons. You will not need them. We offer only truth.
The darkness reached out, but something interferes. The witch sister of the taken king, Savathun.
We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
Prepare yourself, Guardian. This battle is not over.